I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
25 letters in the title. Might have a way to sneak in a Christmas book here. It's gonna be so hard.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Hello, it is good to finally see you again, friends. Unfortunately, I haven't posted a video in 2 months, I think, just due to my October and November being way crazier than anticipated between traveling and people coming in town to visit, and I can make up all of the excuses. But to make it up to you tenfold, I'm going to be participating in Bookmas this year. So 12 days of holiday-related bookish vlogs coming your way. But unlike other creators, I'm actually going to be posting them every other day throughout the month rather than 12 days in a row, just because that seems like a much more manageable pace. So if you want to join me for those other 11 days of Bookmas, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when my next video goes live. Also, if you're new here, hi, my name is Aubrey. I'm a reader and a singer-songwriter, so I love all kinds of stories. Let me know what books are going to be on your December TBR. Are you reading more Christmas books, winter-themed books, books you've been avoiding all year? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, without further ado, we're kicking off Bookmas with letting my stocking choose my December TBR. So at the bottom of the stocking, I have 15 different prompts. I am not picking 15 different books. We're actually gonna keep it around 4 to 5 books this time. I learned my lesson from my October TBR. If you haven't checked out the video, that was the most recent video I posted. And like I said, October and November were crazy months. So I barely got through that TBR. And I think I just got so excited with all the different prompts that I pulled a little bit more than I could manage for the month. So we're going to only stick to 4 to 5 prompts. 5 if I can get a holiday read in there, because I have a different video planned for these Bookmas vlogs. But 4 to 5 prompts, okay? Deal? We shook on it. I can't take it back. Let's start by pulling the first prompt from our stocking. Let's see. Okay, and the first prompt is an anticipated release from this year. Ooh, okay. I have a couple that I haven't gotten to yet. Let me see. There is one that immediately comes to mind. Let me grab a couple of options. Okay, so the 2 options I picked are Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid and Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I've read 3 of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books and really enjoyed them, and Atmosphere was her book that came out this year that I was excited for. And Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross is a duology that I read last year. That's one of my favorite duologies I've read, or favorite books I've read. And Wild Reverence is a prequel to that duology. So both of these are anticipated books. But if I had to choose one, it would probably be Wild Reverence. I still plan on getting to this book soon, and I've heard nothing but good things about both these books, quite frankly. But I'm a little bit more excited for finally getting to this book, and I bought it, I think, on release day, and still haven't had a chance to read it yet. So for an anticipated release this year, I'm picking Wild Reverence. Okay, on to the next prompt. And our second prompt is a book you've been avoiding. I'm gonna have to think on that one. I wouldn't say that there's any books I've been intentionally avoiding. There's only so much time in a day. I might have a way to sneak in a Christmas book here. I hope this isn't cheating. Okay, there's a couple of books I could probably do for this category, but we're gonna go with A Court of Frost and Starlight, because 1, I think this is a good time to finally read this book, and 2, I've kind of been avoiding this book because it is so short, and I started to read this book a few months ago, and it just feels very fluffy. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of substance to it. I know it's a novella, and that's kind of the point. But it was hard for me to get into just because I didn't know what the point of the plot was. Also, another reason I've been avoiding this book is I wasn't sure, after reading the first 3 ACOTAR books, if I should go from those immediately into Throne of Glass, or if I should finish all 5. And there's a little bit of differing opinions about that order specifically. So part of me avoiding this book was just not knowing when to read ACOTAR 5, whether that be before Throne of Glass or after. So if you have a strong opinion on that, please let me know, because I'm really excited to read the Throne of Glass series, but I just have been putting it off because I didn't know if I should completely finish the ACOTAR series first or if I was good just with the first 3 books. Anyways, also I think winter is a good time to pick this up. I've heard this described as the Christmas episode of the series, and it's pretty short, so I think that means we can fit 5 prompts. A book I've been avoiding, A Court of Frost and Starlight. Okay, prompt number 3. It's hard when there's just little bits of paper at the bottom of this huge stocking. Okay. A book with 25 letters in the title. That's gonna be so hard. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. This book has 25 exactly. So if I can't find another, we'll default to this one and pick a different book I've been avoiding, I guess. But that's our backup plan. Let me see if I can find another book that has 25. That's a hard number to get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 23, 24, 25. In case anyone was curious, this is probably the longest title I have. 33 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 2, 23. Ooh, this is 23. Close enough, I think. Is Once Upon a Broken Heart 25? 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 19, 20. Dang it. What's the Court of Silver Flames? Also only 20. 18, 19, 20 again! Oh my gosh. I literally already picked the perfect book for this prompt. Wait. Hold on. Got 2 more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Too many. Okay. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This is literally 26. I mean, come on. I think A Court of Frost and Starlight is my only one that's 25 exactly. But this is 23 and this is 26. So, since this one is technically only 1 letter away and this one is 2, we're gonna go with the one that's closer. So, a book with 25 letters, technically 26, it's going to be The Things We Leave Unfinished. Okay. That was a lot of counting. I knew that prompt was in there, but I didn't think I'd pull it. Okay. Let's see. A book that you were gifted last Christmas and still haven't read. There's one book in particular that comes to mind for this prompt because I know I haven't read this book yet. And I got the whole box set of the series. And that book is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I loved the Inheritance Games series. Still haven't read the follow-up books, but I've read the main trilogy. And so I wanted to try reading The Naturals by her, and I still haven't read it. But last year for Christmas, I received the whole box set. So if I really enjoy it, I could literally binge the whole series right now. I'm trying to think. I think the other books I received for Christmas last year, I have read at this point. Let me double check. One of my Christmas gifts last year was a 3-minute book shopping spree. And I did pick a lot of books from that. And a lot of them I haven't read yet. But honestly, I'm still leaning towards The Naturals. So for a book that I received for Christmas last year that I still haven't read, I'm picking The Naturals. Last prompt. I have a couple of smaller books. I think this is a better balance than what I had for October. Okay, and our final prompt is a book with a cover pretty enough to hang on the tree. Let me think. I have a lot of really beautiful covers. Give me a second. I have a couple of options. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, that cover's gorgeous too. Man, all of these fantasy books with beautiful covers. Okay. These are all fantasy books. I will warn you now. But first option is Spectacular, which is the Christmas novella for Caraval, which I read that series last year and had picked up this book but never got around to it during the holiday season. And it has some beautiful illustrations in this book as well. Very short and sweet. Even if I don't put it on my TBR, I will be getting to this book this month. And then we have Shield of Sparrows by Debney Perry. This book is not only gorgeous on the cover, but also its sprayed edges are absolutely beautiful. This was a huge hit this year and haven't gotten to read it yet. Also, the inside cover, I mean, come on. That's beautiful. So this is a very strong contender. However, I do have Wild Reverence on this list, and both of these are thicker fantasy books, so we will see. I say that, and yet these two are also some bigger fantasy books. But we have The Bone Season, which I kind of like the circle element with the gold. It reminded me of an ornament, so I thought that, and then also the castles and drawings. This cover is really pretty, and the red just felt festive. And then finally we have A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena, and this book is a beautiful like mural detail. I actually heard about this book from Rachel Catherine, and she talked about how fun this book was. The thing that's nice about this is despite it being an unfinished series, it means that by reading this, I'm not then in the middle of a series that's already out. Unlike The Bone Season, which I know has other books, but then I could ask for the rest of the series for Christmas. I'm leaning towards Shield of Sparrows, but that would mean 2 bigger fantasy books this month. I do have a break from work this month, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have some bigger books. Okay, deciding between these 2, we have A Dance of Lies, which is about a dancer turned spy. So she was a dancer in this king's court, and then he framed her for murder, and after her surviving 2 years in the dungeons, she's suddenly called to face him, and he offers her a deal to become his spy at another royal gathering and like collecting intel on this rival kingdom. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And then Shield of Sparrows, I'm sure you've heard a lot about this book, but there's like gods and monsters, and it's kind of a princess saves herself rather than a damsel in distress story. Until the day an infamous monster hunter sailed to our shores, the day a prince walked into my father's throne room and ruined my life, the day I married a stranger, signed a magical treaty in blood, and set off across the continent to the most treacherous kingdom in all the realm. So it's like an arranged marriage trope. Ooh, both of these sound so good! Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Shield of Sparrows by Devaney Perry as my pick for a book with a cover pretty enough to hang on the tree. And here is my final stack of my December TBR. Let me know down in the comments if there's a book that you're really looking forward to me reading or a book that you really enjoyed. And that brings us to the end of today's video. So with that, I will see you soon with Bookmas Day 2. Bye guys.